Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Pobochny Effect movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. In the beginning of the film, we are shown a girl who was getting ready because she had to go out somewhere. Now she comes out and locks the door, and when she was waiting for the lift to open, she starts hearing some voices from below. To check, when she looks down, there was a strange woman standing there, who suddenly raises her head and starts looking at that girl. That woman was looking very dangerous because she had a strange kind of eyes that were constantly opening. This scared the girl so much that she comes back to her house. And from inside she had locked the door. But we came to know that she is not an ordinary woman, because she was standing down and saw the girl's house. And now she breaks the door in one snap and comes inside. Now the girl was so scared that she goes and hides in the closet. She had seen that that strange woman had entered my house. The girl started keeping an eye on her, and then suddenly that woman disappeared from there, because now she was standing right behind that girl, which made us realize that she is also very powerful. Before that girl could understand anything, that strange woman grabs her neck and drags her along with her. She lies down in the darkness, and in this darkness, she merges with her, and this scene ends here. Now let's look at the time after a few days, where a boy named Andrei had come to meet a girl for some work. Because that girl had a special power, like she could change someone's mind as well as people's thoughts, and Andrei had come to her for some such work. He now starts telling his problem that I want to get my wife's love again. He tells that once some goons entered my house, who started misbehaving with my wife. They started beating me as well. But here, instead of saving my wife, I ran away from there and came to the neighbor's house to ask for help. Because I didn't understand what to do. I was scared. Now before this, the goons did something wrong with my wife. I came back with the neighbors, because of which the goons had to run away. But this incident had a very bad effect on my wife, because she lost her child in such a situation. Actually, at that time she was about to become a mother. What she is responsible for, she says to me. Now of course she is living with me, but there is no husband-wife love between us. Our relationship is not the way it should be, and my wife is worried thinking about that incident. Now here that girl, whom Andrei had come to meet, whose name was Mara, she says, "Just shut up. You have told everything. Okay. There is no need to tell everything. You know about my powers, right? Through them, I have come to know everything. And now tell me, what do you want?" Andrei tells that I want my wife to forget the incident of that day completely, so that our relationship becomes as it was before, and we start a new life happily. On which Mara had to say that you do this. Now be a little patient, to make her normal in some time. Keep explaining to yourself. Who knows, she will be fine. But if still nothing changes, then come to me. I will help you. Now Andrei was feeling weird here. He says that no, my mood has changed. I don't need your help. I try to solve my problem myself. After saying that, he leaves from here. Now Andrei took flowers for his wife. He expresses his love that my love, I love you very much. He explains to her very lovingly that forget the old things and that incident. I regret my mistake. I apologize to you. But these things never affect his wife. She doesn't give a proper answer. She tells him a few things and leaves from here, due to which he became very sad. And now he had no other way but to take help from Mara. That's why he came back to her, where Mara gives him a special kind of mushroom, which is a plant. She tells him to mix it in some food and give it to his wife. As soon as he eats it, he will forget all the old things forever, due to which everything will be fine. Now I will do your work, but in return, you will have to do one of my work. I am actually going out of town for a few months. Then you will have to take care of my mushrooms from behind me, because it is a special kind, which is very dear to me. Every month a man will come to check these mushrooms. So tell me, do you agree? Now Andrei found this condition very easy. That's why he agrees immediately. The next day, he mixes the mushroom in his wife's cake that he was going to eat. And he put it on the table and went inside, because he was not sure if it would work or not. But as soon as he ate the cake, Andrei's wife came to him. and she starts talking to him lovingly. And then she says the same thing that Andrei has been yearning to hear for years, which he himself wanted. That is, his wife says that I want to forget everything and start a new life with you. Because I forgave you. But yes, now I don't want to live in this house. Because I feel suffocated here. Because of his wife's previous behavior, Andrei was already very happy. So he agrees to this too, and decides to live with her at Mara's house. Because according to the condition, he also had to take care of the mushrooms. When these two came to Mara's house, Andrei's wife liked this house a lot. But he saw that it was often locked on the cupboards. But this did not make a difference to his wife. She happily decides to live here. Now a few days passed very well for him. He spent a happy time. But then strange things start happening to him. Like his wife always felt like someone was watching him secretly. Who was no one else but the same goon. Because no doubt she had forgotten that incident. But the shock was still in her mind. Because he stopped being wrong. But his child left. And now gradually that goon was starting to see him everywhere. And then he also feels like someone is trying to touch him in a strange way. Now along with him, Andrei also started seeing strange things. Like he often saw a child, who repeatedly tries to warn him with danger. Makes him understand that Mara wants to trap you. So you go away from here as soon as possible. And never listen to her. Try to solve your problem yourself. And just after saying this, the child disappeared from there. These things were not less that he also started seeing a horse in the house, who would disappear after coming close to Mara. Now seeing all this, Andrei does not understand what is happening. That's why he calls Mara and tells her about all this. To which she says, "Don't worry. These are just some side effects of that mushroom that your wife has eaten. And because you are her husband, you are also seeing these things along with her. She just thinks that there is nothing like that in reality." But what she told was nothing like that. Because one morning when they were sleeping, a stranger comes and stands in their room, who was staring at both of them. Now seeing him, Andrei's wife opened her eyes. Now seeing that stranger standing right in front of her, she got very scared. Immediately wakes up her husband. Andrei wakes up and tells that man to go out of the room. "I will come there and talk to you." Now the old man was no one else but the one about whom Mara had told. That he will come to check the mushrooms every month. Now here Andrei insults him. That what kind of a strange man are you? You came to our room with your face up. You shouldn't have done this. To which that old man who was very strange says, "That my work is done, brother, now I am going. And I will come next month." Saying this, he left from there. When he comes back to his wife and takes care of her. That relax, he has gone. Now the next day when Andrei was at his work and his wife was alone at home. Then he started feeling strange at home. She was not considering herself safe. She started getting scared. That's why she went out of Andrei's office and started waiting for him. When he came out, he was happy to see his wife. Along with that, he was also very surprised. And now both of them come back home and spend a very good time together. Now the same way when Andrei went to the office the next day. Then again his wife started feeling strange at home. This time she heard a child crying. Now hearing this voice, she thought of the child. She became strange. Without thinking, she calls her husband. She says that now we should also think about the child. And that's it. Saying this, he hung up the phone. Now when Andrei came back home from the office, then he sees his wife sitting on the ground in a very strange condition. His wife was not wearing clothes. And she was crying very worried. Now Andrei quickly comes and covers her, takes care of her, but she was out of control. Because now I don't know how, she remembered everything. She got angry at Andrei. That why didn't you save me that day? She started hitting her hands and feet like crazy. That why did you do that? Why did you run away in fear? And she starts crying. Now here Andrei doesn't understand what to do. He calms her down and hugs her. She didn't understand how she remembered everything again. He calls Mara, but her number was banned. Then he asks his friend about Mara, who had sent him to Mara. His friend says that I got to know about Mara from the online post. I don't know her closely, because we never met. Hearing this, Andrei decides to meet the owner of this house, so that he can get information about Mara. But while investigating, a woman tells him that the owner of this house is Mara, who had bought this house in 1948, and the girl named Mara who lives here is the same Mara. Now hearing this, Andrei's head spins. He didn't understand what was happening. How is this possible? That means this house belongs to Mara. And the time this woman is telling, 1948. That's a long time ago. So is Mara this old? And even if she is, how would she look young? But there was no time to think about these things. Now he was worried about his wife. So he goes to the place where his treatment was going on, where he lives. Now his wife also refuses to recognize him, because she had forgotten everything related to him. It felt like the side effect had become so much that his memory is gone. Not only this, but he had also worn Mara's favorite red dress, which looked like his wife was completely in Mara's control. Now when Andrei came home from here, Mara's room was open. He was quite surprised to see her, because this room was closed since he had come here. But he didn't pay attention to the fact that maybe my wife had opened it, because he had taken clothes from here. And now he starts exploring here, where he gets some pictures of Mara, in which there was also that old man who used to come to check the mushrooms. Now he felt weird here. That's why he removes the cupboard and looks. There was a secret path behind it. After going inside, Andrei came to the other room, where he gets some stuff from the army officer, like clothes and caps, etc. There were some papers lying here. After seeing him, Andrei was trying to understand that what he has done. That's why the same girl comes there who had seen him before. Here the girl shows him a picture, in which Mara is sitting on a horse. And on his request, some soldiers are killing innocent people, in which Mara's dad was also included. Now Andrei was quite nervous to see that Mara is such a dangerous woman. That's why the girl brings him out of his thoughts. Now Andrei asks the girl that what was all this. Now the girl tells him the main thing, that Mara is actually a witch. This is the reason that she is alive since so many years, and is still young. Who trapped you here? Now you do one thing. Get out of here, and then come back sometime. And yes, find your wife. Take her with you. And now hearing this, Andrei does like this. He started looking for his wife everywhere, but she is nowhere to be found, which means she had disappeared somewhere, which was Mara's work. So now Andrei tries to find out more about Mara on the internet. But then he remembers that old man. He thinks that I had seen his picture in Mara's room, when he was standing near a tower. So now Andrei finds out about that tower from the internet and reaches there. After searching for a while, he finds that old man. But his condition was not looking good. He traps Andrei in his talks and calls him inside. And then he puts a spark of electricity and makes him unconscious. When Andrei opens his eyes, he finds himself in a car, where that old man was taking him somewhere. Andrei asks him, "What do you want and where are you taking me?" To which the old man replies that Mara has kept my wife captive. And now I will get my wife out of Mara for you. Here we find out that this old man's wife is the same one we saw in the beginning, whom that brownish woman had taken with her, which means that strange woman was none other than Mara, who had changed her form and come there. Now here the old man tells us the most important thing, that Mara is such a witch who chooses people to trap in her trap, who are living their lives in regret. Like I was chosen because I used to beat my wife a lot when I was drunk. I used to regret that too. And taking advantage of this, Mara trapped me and my wife. After which the old man came to a strange place with Andrei. Here on the walls, there were a lot of shiny mushrooms. And in those mushrooms, that man's wife was trapped. And she was looking very weak. That man tells his wife not to worry. Today in return for this man, I will get you out of here. Now his wife was saddened to hear this, because to save her life, she did not want to put someone else's life at stake. But she was helpless. She had to do this. Now here a strange hole comes out of Mara. And if you go near Andrei and say that soon your wife is going to come here. After which we see Andrei's wife scared, who was running away. Actually, she was surrounded by goons. When the goons hit her here, she kills the old man's wife. And then with her dangerous magic, she starts changing that man too, and makes him a horse. The man began to tremble. After which she locks this room and leaves from there. Now after a while, Andrei's wife ran away from the goons and came here. Who was looking very scared. Here we found out that that strange room is not anywhere else, but in Mara's house. In which now finally Andrei's wife comes. As Mara had said, Andrei tries to handle her, but she starts seeing a goon in her husband, due to which she got so scared that she moves out of the window and died unfortunately. Andrei was also shocked and kept looking at her, because he could not do anything. Then he goes down to see his dead body, where he found out that this is not my wife, but the wife of the old man, whom Mara had killed. But to trap Andrei, he threw the dead body of the old man's wife instead of his wife, so that everyone thought that Andrei had pushed him, due to which now he was trapped. Police arrest him and take him away. The fact was that his wife did not come there. She was just taking care of Mara and Andrei. Now even after insulting him so much, Mara's heart did not die. And she gets Andrei bailed out. He got free and went to Mara's house, where the whole house was open. And now Andrei comes back to that strange room, where he was a ball of shiny mushrooms. Here he sees a pit, in which he moves, because he was thinking that my wife will meet here, because last time Mara came out of here and came in front of him. But now after coming out of the pit, Andrei comes at a different time, which was looking like a very old time. He started looking around strangely. He sees a house in front of him where the light was on. So now he starts going there. But here too that little girl comes and stops him, and takes him to a farm with her. Again she shows Andrei a picture so that he can know what Mara's story is. What happened to him. So we see in the picture that this is the time of 1948. When that little girl, where some soldiers attacked Mara's village, because they wanted to take all the horses of the villagers. But the villagers refused to do so, because in this way the means to earn them would be over. Their daily bread would be snatched. That's why all the villagers begged them not to do this, on which the soldiers make a deal with them. Give us Mara, on which we will take only half the horses. Now all the villagers, even her dad, agreed to this deal, on which the soldiers picked up Mara and took her with them, along with half the horses and half let the villagers stay, after which they brought Mara to the house where she lives now. And there she was tortured a lot, because of which Mara got very angry, and she decided to take revenge from her villagers, for which she learned black magic, and she became a witch. And then with the help of this magic, she took all the soldiers under her control, and made him attack the villagers, and killed everyone including her dad. And now because she had become a witch, so because of being bad, she trapped a lot of married people in her trap, after which she used to kill them. From the couples, she used to beat that girl very badly, while she used to make her husband a horse with her dangerous powers. And then she used to eat their flesh, which she liked a lot, like she did with the old man, because she used to make people like him and Andrew as her target, who used to spend their life with regret, because with their regret, she used to become more powerful. This is the reason that she is still alive and young, which can also change in different forms. After seeing this thought, Andrew started moving towards that house again, in which his wife and Mara were living. His wife came out, and told him to run away from there, because she had known everything. Mara had told him, that your husband loves you a lot, and he came to me because of you. He is worried about you, but he doesn't leave from here, but he comes inside the house, where Mara was sitting in front of him. She was very happy to see Andrew. She says, "Come, come. I was waiting for you to come. Let me save him. I have come. But now I will test your love here. If you are successful in this, then I will let you go." On which Andrew agrees, and then Mara sends him at the same time, when the goons had entered his house, and were misbehaving with his wife. But this time he doesn't run away, but tries to compete with them. He attacks one of them with a knife, but one of them kills him with a knife and injures him. His condition got very bad, and that poor man could only see the misbehavior with his wife. Couldn't do anything. Where then Mara comes to him and says, "If you want, you can stop all this. You don't have to do much. You just have to eat that mushroom." But till now Andrew had understood that all this is not real, but by showing it to be real, Mara is trying to trap him. So he immediately comes out of the thought, and tells his wife to run away from here. But by then Mara had attacked both of them, and she was also hitting him a lot. But because Mara was very fond of her mushrooms, which she made with her dangerous powers, Sir Andrew's wife sets fire to them. Now seeing this, Mara got very scared. As soon as she went ahead to put out the fire, by getting a chance, both of them come out of that house, where the fire had spread more now, all around, and now that little girl helps them to get out of there, and herself comes to that house, and closes the door, and burns with Mara and Rains. Now here we know, that little girl was actually Mara's childhood form. That means her soul, and because she was little Mara, she was a child, so her heart was clean. That's why she always wanted to save Andrew, and his wife. That's why now she gave her sacrifice, to save both of them completely. With Mara, she also burned and died. There Andrew and his wife get him out through the hole. Here he was badly injured, and his wife cries a lot. And now she had forgiven him, and here she forgets everything, and decides to start her happy life. Her life should really get better now, and now she won't have to take the support of people like Mara, who will take advantage of her. So her wife gave her support to Andrew, and left from here, and with this happy ending. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.